Hello, welcome to Ocean Yemi's channel. Yes, I'm up very early, trying to get it in before I completely forget my fault again. Okay, the Solar and Velveeta situation. I mean, isn't it interesting how she switches on people? Um, Yarkin turned up on a channel holder's um, what you call it, channel and explained a few things. He was really ticked off with Solar, whole Hydras. He was really ticked off with Solar because Solar started saying all sorts of things about him. Actually, and in fact, I think he said a couple of things about Jaguar too. So I know I sound like, man, it's just been all going down from yesterday my time, um, from about, I don't even know, I think I lost track of time. Um, Velveeta obviously wants thinks she knows it all. She goes around to Venus supplies. Venus puts her up, right? And one thing that I did notice between the two women, now Venus was probably getting it in a lot more, doing certain stuff, and Velvet has doesn't like it when another woman is a certain way. Now, this lady, like I said, remember when I was talking about her walking around in her bikini? And I mean, I didn't see Velvet make faces because most of the time she was out of shot. One thing I did notice was it when it was the baby's birthday. Hi, when it was the baby's birthday, she was dancing a lot in front of the camera because so her and Venus, like like they always say, two lionesses cannot live in the same den, and I believe that is what was going on between because Velvet thinks she knows it all. She thinks she knows a whole heap, a whole lot, and extra, and she's still young. She hasn't lived life. She's had two children. Yes, she's may have two children, but she hasn't lived life. She hasn't come into herself. But Solar started getting on to the live and started talking a whole heap of hoopla, and she's like, yes, yes, yes. Bear in mind that how she was supposed to be with Yarkin, but Yarkin has a strict policy how he does stuff, and his supporters was letting him know about the herpes that she had and stuff like that. So he was saying to her, look, right, you can't stay with me. You need to go and stay in another place for the time being. And that means that how you got to do tests, you got to test for herpes and all this stuff. And he said that how because he didn't trust the fact of a lot of things. Anyway, Velvet said something about the how she didn't have she the how he had roaches in his house. Now he's raising Bengal cats. Well, I think they're tigers, whatever. So, so Yarkin said yes, yes, because the Bengal tigers does eat the roaches and stuff. And he said also that I think I can't. I mean, I would have to get the live because it's so interesting what he says. He says a whole lot. He literally blasts them out of the water. So then the channel holder went to talk to Venus and the person staying with them. At first, like it was a bit like combat, so he had to call in the women, his supporter women, to come and talk to the girls. And Venus was set on her journey, her life journey, whatever journey she's dealing with. So she's like, like me and her didn't get on and whatever, but I was trying to make it work. I was trying, and she kind of got a kickback from Velvet because Velvet wasn't prepared to fall into line. So there was so much going on. I will try and put up the little lives of the certain incidences because I know you can't put up everybody because some people doesn't like when you put up their videos and stuff. So she and him is all lying in bed naked, and the children's around them the same time, and like he was saying to her that she wasn't a very good mom and all this stuff because carbonation, what they tend to do is when they lead people, they tend to roast, well, so-called saying they're saying, telling people story about them or whatever, and they have this thing what they do. So Solar's talking a whole heap of hoopla, but they're not really living nowhere, I don't think. I think they're back in her place in Idaho. I think. I'm not sure, but you can't really tell anyway. But there is a lot going on. Sean Davy Way's all been brought into it as well. Whoever knows who else is going to be brought into this, but it's going to be interesting because you know that how once other people has been brought into it, you know there's going to be somebody who's going to give Velvet the the deal with her because she wants to rule so many stuff. She wants to be like this what you call it? I know it all thing, but she doesn't really know it all. She doesn't know it all. Hold on. I'm also going to show the video of the two of them together. So that's what I haven't put in. Hold on, let me get the video. So I'm gonna play the video of them together. Because the children's there in all of this. It's the children that's really suffering in all of this drama, to be honest. Like I said, it's interesting. I'm waiting for Fundi to come in and say her 5 pence because Fundi always irons out all the creases out of the BS. She calls a lot of stuff out because she calls them light skin revenge. And it is like an endless revenge. It's like they cannot function without each other. But if she does have herpes and he have herpes, it does actually make sense why they circle each other, why they go back to each other, and why they don't go outside of the circle. Because if they go outside of the circle and somebody finds out they have herpes, then it won't be good for them. It won't be very well for them. Hi, Nikwabby. Oh, I'm talking about Velveeta and what's his name? Well, they call him Nature Boy Junior and Solar. Okay, so I'm gonna play the video of them together in the hotel. The little bit I did get.
They don't give a fuck about Velvet. Just like everybody else. They do not care about Velvet. Just like everybody else. They do not care about these girls. I do. I love them. I love them. I'll give my life for them. Yes, all of them. And I unblocked them just so they could be here. I only blocked Venus just because she thinks she can message me on some humbug thing like we cool. Venus, we was never cool like that. I talk to you on the phone and I educate you when I talk to you. You're resistant. You're hard-headed. And it's okay. I don't need to force anything down your throat. I just back off, and I just let you run your damn mouth. And I let you say, a shook, talking about shadow work. Baby girl, you can never tell anybody about shadow work. Everything like that, even me telling you this now, is all light work. This is light work. Shadow work is introspective. That's for you to do.
Okay,
I can expose you, and I can pull out a million things about you, and tell you this and that about you, and that about you, and this truth about you, that about you. That's called light work. Shadow work is for the person to do. So don't inbox me talking about let's do some shadow work.
And granted, I just want to
throw this up. And then Ashok, because Ashok would acknowledge the fact that everything that you're going through is perfect, and there's divine love somewhere in something that you went through, and that's what we have found. We have found Ashok. We have found divine love. We see why y'all niggas was roaches, and we see why we had to deal with y'all, and we see what's true. And I'm not about to lower my standard or hide or act like what's going on isn't going on. Y'all are frauds, and you're getting away with it online.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add to what you're saying, because I want to say this. Granted, everybody have their ups and downs. Everybody have things that they're learning. Everybody about themselves. Everybody have shadow work to do. Everybody have things that they have to grow through, and like realize and experience. So when it comes to Solar, me and Solar, I just feel like certain things needed to happen to expose the people around us, expose the things around us, because something that I learned about myself, especially going through these last 4 or 5 years, is that my heart don't lie. My heart don't lie. So if my heart is telling me something, I'm supposed to do it, period. And at the end of the day, I forgave Solar, and Solar forgave me for going through certain shit that we did, because that was what we needed to experience to get to where we are right now. And so on top of that, when you're in a real relationship, those things happen. I never had a person to be in a relationship with me and actually want to be in a relationship with me. Every relationship that I've ever been in was for something, a false idea or an agenda, an infatuation, an obsession.
They will never change.
Every relationship.
They will never
change.
So
while people sitting here running around talking about how many baby daddies I got and all of these and that, those baby daddies will never go online talking about how they lied to me, talking about how they pretended just to be next to me. And then when I
reach in a situation, and she'll say that she'll think that she knows everything, right? She knows everything, and like Jada said, she gets mad when someone's talking. She gets frustrated because she thinks she knows more than the other person knows. They got the gifts that keeps giving and giving. Yes, they all are carrying the herpes and all that stuff, and they basically cannot live outside of each other's spectrum. So so it's just it's so she cannot even understand, right? They think that they're doing this whole um um knowledge build, whatever they're trying to do, but it always falls on its face. Whatever they do, it falls on the face all the time. It doesn't get her very very far. She doesn't want to even what you call it, like I said, fall into line. She doesn't know how to, because she right there, she looked like when she first turned up at Nature Boys camp when she was younger. That's how she looks now to me. She hasn't she they never evolve. They never show, like I said, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I am doing, I'm moving on the next stage in my life. Hi Nagajini. I'm moving on to the next stage in my life. Right? Even the Ashuk, all the Ashuk is Ashe, I think with a SQUE on the end. That's the extra, which Venus calls divine love. Now remember that how she was saying Ashuk. She was saying Yakin is my God, pardon me, for a long time. Like what she does, she says the things, and then she goes to these people And when she finds she's not the one running it, running the thing, because that's the same thing what happened with Crown Minilin. She wanted to run the tribe. She wanted to be the big girl on top. But then when she found she wasn't able to do that, she left Ezra and she went somewhere else. To like them to like everything they open their mouth to talk, the scammers. They just be making it up as they go along. Yes, they do. They do. And the strange thing, the sad thing is that how they always think they're in the right because they think that nature boy, whatever knowledge is the be or end all. Considering that how Solar said that how most of it came from Dr. York, which is true. Some of Nature Boy's information came from Dr. York in all different places, and he's mixed it all up and he turned it into something else. So there is more videos to come, but I'm gonna try to put out my. Let me put out my StreamYard thing so we can get it in because I'm always the one talking. I'm gonna be on here for a little while anyway because I have to get out early to do the thing. See if I can post it. My stomach's moaning. Don't know whether anybody can hear it, but yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff going on with these two, and they really set the internet on fire. Yesterday, I'll say for the Nature Boy sector anyway, it was set on fire because everyone's showing that how quick Solar went back to Velvet, right? Because I said she went back. She went back to him, but he went to her because he has nowhere to go to. He has nowhere to go to. Then when they're sitting on the bed now, the littlest daughter, came on the bed and she was making hand signs and this. And so, I mean, it's not unusual for a child to know hand signs as well if they're not able to speak. But they was making a big deal out of it. Oh, she's learning to say, oh, she wants to go toilet, or she's gone toilet, and all this. They was making a big deal out of it. And I think baby Ellie, he Solar shouted at baby Ellie, and that. Hold on, let me see who's come up.
Hello.
Hi, hiya. Oh,
They keep
yes,
going. I ain't mean to interrupt you.
it's okay. It's okay. So baby Ellie was making hand signs, and he was trying to make out, oh yeah, right, oh yeah, I taught them that and all this stuff and
But why would
yeah,
you
yeah.
teach a child all that instead of teaching them how to say I gotta go potty?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And I think she's only I can't remember how old the smallest one is.
She can't
I
be
don't
no
know.
older than 3.
Yeah, she's young. She's really young. So it's like, what are you trying to prove here at this point? It's
Girl, Marie, it's somebody out there that'll boost up a train wreck. Some people
mm-hmm.
don't care. They like the mess. They like the foolishness. They like to see people doing bad.
Hmm. Yes, they do. They do. And and considering that one time she like everybody was on her side at one point, sending her money, sending stuff for the children, and she just shat on them. Hi, grandma 5, G5. Yeah, she shat on them so much times. But what happens is she adapts how she looks. She does what most cults does. They adapt how they look. They play the sympathy card.
Hmm.
She gets the money. She feeds off of it, and then she shits on the person.
No,
So
they got back together to try to make some money. That's what that is.
yes,
Don't nobody
yes,
want her because she got hurt. Jaguar
yes.
done kicked him to the curb. And Goomba better go get his rump tested because if she slept with Solar, she got to hurt.
Mm-hmm. It's just,
You know, they just
it's a,
running around the states and in the tropical country, the tropical islands, giving out the hurt. That's all it is. And then they mix the
yeah,
hurt with some other shit.
yeah,
Speaking of,
yeah.
where is the other one? Where is
Where's,
Sickly?
where's who?
Malia?
Oh, I don't know. They've been quiet. Their lawyers told them to be quiet, so they're not really been saying nothing.
Oh, so what? They got lawyers for that court case coming up?
Yeah, they have. Their lawyers told them to be quiet because from since they got the new lawyer, they've been very quiet. They haven't said anything.
Well,
They
at
haven't
least
been on.
somebody can get them to shut the hell up. Because I was
Some-
tired of them gyrating and shit, talking about the master teacher and all this other mess.
yeah, tell me, true. It just was so crazy, and on top of that, they still what they're doing. They're just re putting up his old videos of him, like because like there's one video that Juju puts up with when he's got a Cyrus in his hand and
Mm-hmm.
he's talking, but I'm just like I'm not touching. I'm not, right. When you just saying to yourself, I'm not clicking it. I do not want. I'm not taking part in this one. But they are literally doing all the same thing. They're putting up old pictures of themselves, AI generated pictures, like Hadu and Musa is doing that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they're basically just doing the same thing, like all of them. Like, but it's just that people don't check. They're not looking at what's going on. They're just looking at the silly buzzwords, what's coming out of their mouth, like nature, nature. All they hear is nature, and they turn stupid.
And these folk want to be woke so bad they done took a nap.
Yes, yeah, for
That's
real.
all
It
it
is.
is. The people that listen to them.
Yes, yeah. So it's just been on. It's like well, I call it an ever decreasing circle because until somebody comes now, I think when one of whoever decides to take Nature Boy's place, because somebody will at one
Mm-hmm.
point, then they'll probably change everything. Probably they might just say to okay, right, no more social media. Because the social media is their haven, it's their safe haven, their little
That's the new
um
recruitment ground. Look, they used to have to go hang out at the places that the college kids hang out and draw them in that way. Now they can
mm,
just go on social media, but social media is a double-edged sword because you can't keep your activities private. Somebody's gonna find out, somebody's gonna tell it, and they can tell
mhm,
it to a whole lot of people, a
yeah,
lot more people than they could back in the day.
yeah,
So
yeah,
cults are morphing and evolving along with the culture as new technology comes out.
yeah,
Look, they
definitely.
said they made some kind of AI preacher robot, and it started talking about Armageddon. The preacher AI robot was trying to scam fire and brimstone. I can sell you some holy water. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, it's crazy. I just woke up and I saw all I see is Velvet and Solar's face
At least you
everywhere.
see something different from what we see, because this shit is tiresome. It's funny, but it gets tiresome after a while.
mm, it's just man, I'm just like, wow. When I saw it, I mean, I mean, ideally I would have been surprised before, but I mean,
After all
uh,
this mess, ain't no more surprises.
no, there's no more
The only
surprises
thing that
after that.
surprised me is if a UFO start hovering in the air during a live and it
Yeah,
land and some aliens get out and walk out that motherfucker. And then I'm
yeah,
still gonna be looking cockeyed. It could be CGI.
exactly. It's just crazy, man. I'm just like, wow. I'm just like, but but I feel that it would have either been Solar, she would have been with, or one of the other dudes. She would have been
And she
like,
was with old boy, but he killed her because she the herpes. Bum bum bum. The herpes test came back positive, didn't it?
yeah, he did.
Okay, so he ain't want no bum bump, so he booted her
Nope.
butt.
Yes, he did. He did. He wasn't having it because because the way I think he runs his camp very
He
strict. The
probably
women
keep them.
around.
he probably keep everybody. They probably follow tenants a little bit closer than the others do. You know, a
Yeah,
healthy diet and healthy living and all that stuff. But they
yeah,
also take their butts to the doctor if he asks her for an STD test.
yes, yeah, true. True. She's she was like, no. She's like, no,
So
no,
he
oh
ain't
no,
all the way gone.
no, he's not. He's not. And Yakin, because Yakin surprised me, because it's like because when you look at Yakin, I thought, oh my gosh, he's another one, isn't it? And then today now he just proved no, I don't stand for that. You have to go over there for right. You're gonna stay with that guy over there, and if you and him get together, you have right. He has to let me know that you and him's together, and all this. I was like,
Say,
wow, he
look,
runs.
he keeping them sexually healthy. That's what that
Yeah,
is. Y'all all get
yeah,
tested. You go somebody, you gonna be quarantined for a month, and then you gonna get tested. Then you can come back in. He ain't playing that
yeah.
nature boy mess. It ain't no
No,
look. This ain't
no,
no free love, free fall.
no, no. I was like, wow. I was like, okay, well, at least someone's got his priorities right.
Right. At least you know if you go over there, you're gonna be eating right and you're gonna be clean.
Yes, yes, yes. Because he's made a whole marketing thing out of it. It's a whole business. Plus he's got the Bengal tigers that he's selling. Then
That's
he's got a whole.
you know what? That's illegal as fuck. Didn't he watch Tiger King?
No, I don't.
Carol Baskin gonna
Well,
be after his Lord. Somebody call Carol Baskin and tell her he out here sign selling Bengal tigers.
he calls them cats because they're small. Maybe he keeps some. When
Are they
you
Bengals or are they them little ones?
no,
That's
the
a
little
little
ones, the
bit
little
bigger than a
ones.
house cat, a serval.
No, yeah, yeah. They're about small as a house cat.
Yeah, that's probably a serval or something like that. But I don't think them legal
Mm,
too much. Them bobcat. Well, it depends on what state you're in. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought she was
yeah.
saying he had Bengal tigers as in big cats. So when they say Carol Baskin gonna be on his rooftop, what are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, and he's got flats. He seems to be one who makes his money go far. But like, but on the live, he made sure he showed, look, like this is my money. He's like, yeah, I'm making the money. I'm really making it. I'm like, oh,
See, and
okay,
half that money, at least half that money goes right back to them damn cats.
yeah, yeah,
Cause look, it caught when people sitting up here talking about these folk be breeding these animals, they think these people making this money. No. Them people have money and then they go get them animals to breed as a hobby because why? They can afford it.
mm,
You have to get x-rays on them animals, all kind of testing. If you're a good and ethical breeder, not if
mm,
you just breeding shit in your backyard and selling it, that's a little bit different, but it still costs.
mm, yeah, it does cost, yeah, because
But
even
if he's selling something like servals, he got to be taking them to the vet because they need full certification.
hmm yeah, yeah, well, man, it's been going on from yesterday. Pardon me. It's been going on from yesterday. Like, like I think the how much minutes I got of that little live there, I thought that was enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just came out of that screen too quick because I was thinking, man, so now you're gonna talk about that lady after you and her was ring on finger and putting out
Oh, Jaguar,
out.
right?
No, this is
Oh, you talking
Velvet.
about Velvet, Velveeta.
Yeah, yes, Velveeta. Right. After putting out the voice of the voiceless GoFundMe with the woman talking about single mothers needing money together and all this stuff, and then she just goes and shits on the woman. I'm like, wow. And I mean, as for the Jaguar, right? I think Solar said something about her, but I haven't heard it yet because
Mm.
SL was gonna play it. I don't even know where she's played it yet because
Well, it's
SL
bigger
said,
fish to fry right now on YouTube.
Yes. Yes. So it's
So
just like wow.
SL probably in somebody bushes with a snack and some wine right now. I ain't even gonna lie. Cause I was in somebody bushes before you went like eating my dinner, sitting up here talking about this a damn shame. Look at this shit.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Jaguar White is a whole another conversation because because she does. I mean, I keep saying she does have mental health. I
The
mean, that's
end
straight
of
up.
the conversation should be that Jaguar Wright has mental illness. Point blank,
Yes.
period.
Straight up. No denying it at
So
all.
these people sitting up here capping for Jaguar either A, lying just so they can get some clout behind the situation, or B,
Yeah.
ain't never been up close and personal with somebody that has one of them custody type
Yeah.
illnesses that is
Yeah.
not treated, and not the
Yeah.
good ones, the bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
believe those are the clusters.
Yes.
Not even the cluster ones. Them the I forget what they call it.
Um,
But look,
I
if you
can't.
watch these people long enough and you know the checklist for mental illnesses,
Yeah.
you can't.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't miss it, really. You can't
Well,
miss it
no,
at all.
you can't diagnose somebody without talking to them.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You can't diagnose somebody without talking to them. But
Mm-hmm.
with video, it seems like we can get a little glimpse into their everyday life. So
Mm.
yeah, each one of them has some type of personality disorder that's just
Mm-hmm.
out of out of all proportions.
Yes. Yeah. It's
From
true.
Nature Boy on down.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
have the phenomenon where when you get people together, you know, they thought start kind of semi aligning.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have different mental illnesses that mix together, put them together, shake them up, and you don't know what the hell you're gonna get.
Hmm.
But
A
some
whole no.
mental illnesses, like if you get the two right mental illnesses together, one will feed off of the other
Yeah.
and back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what's done happened. Like out of the
Yeah.
carbonation group, everybody done grouped off by who they most compatible with, but it's not physical compatibility really. It's
Mm.
it's the craziness.
Yes. It is. It is because even Musa and Hadu, when he did a video of her, he dressed her exactly like Joy, like Tori, like Tori, and but not a lot of people noticed that. I mean, I noticed that how she was dressed because she had lovely locks. There was nothing wrong with her locks at all. Her locks was healthy. And then the next thing she turned up, hair was cut off low. So he's following the you
Nature boy
know,
tenets. But see, all
yeah,
of those are classic mind control tactics too.
yeah,
Sleep
yeah,
deprivation, food deprivation, cutting people hair off, cutting them off from people that they know and love, they support system. All this stuff, is basically shit that people was doing to folk, and people figured out, hey, if I do this enough, they'll do what I say.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's
So
it's
it's
very
like you don't have to be any type of special agent or anything to mind control somebody. That's the
no,
part that people don't get. They always want to say this is some kind of psyop or this, that, or the other, because look what they doing. But all of this stuff comes instinctually for some
mm,
people. They do the exact opposite of what people feel is moral and just. And this is
mm-hmm,
what it looks like. And then
mm-hmm,
it's like just like in school, you had the kids that bully the other kids, and then they have kids that they bully to help them bully the other kids. So,
mm,
this is all just human nature and they don't put labels on it. So people can go out and do this stuff intentionally, but instinctually they do it anyway. Which is why
mm-hmm,
you have cults popping up out of nowhere during times of distress, because these
yeah,
people are like predators.
yep,
A predator can sense when its prey is in distress. and that's when it's
Mhm.
going to strike.
Mm. Yeah, it's true. It's true and and it's very telling because because even with the with and it's very young because even with the mother and daughter, the daughter's very young, mind you, and it's like oh well, I'll say like a grooming thing going on with the
Hmm.
mother because the mother's saying that she's talking the knowledge. But when you ask them what is the knowledge, right?
Hmm.
Like there's a video that's around where she's saying she's talking about belief. But how she's explaining it, she's splitting up the words. You know how they do the etymology thing.
Into my
But even
etymology, yeah.
yeah, but even how she's explaining it, right? When she's explaining it, it's like she's right. All she's done basically is just broken up the word and tried to make it sound convincing that people shouldn't have no beliefs or whatever belief system because in her mind she's out of the system because she's in
Because
Africa.
that's what
But
she been hearing her mama and all them people around her mama spout. That's
yeah,
called indoctrination. Like a
yes,
child doesn't have an option of whether they want to participate or not. They're gonna be participating just because they sitting in their mama lap. So they're
mm,
listening to this stuff during their formative years, and that's why it's so bad now, in my opinion,
mm,
because a whole lot of cult members that were children when they were cult members grew up and
mm,
never got no kind of help. Didn't even know they
mm,
was in a cult half the time. So they
mm,
still walking around with that indoctrination in their mind without even never really knowing that they was indoctrinated.
mm,
And
mm.
then you
Yes,
have them spreading the doctrine.
yes,
and
yeah,
and you see where it's going. So yeah.
yeah, still crazy.
Yep, pretty much.
But I'm gonna try and find some more videos because I don't put up all their lives. I don't do all that because
Girl, if you
sometimes
put up all their lives, you be up all day and all night.
yeah, yeah, I can't be putting up all their lives and
You
and
got a life of
sometimes
your own.
yeah, and sometime I feel that people miss footages of certain things that is said. So sometimes you get the third or the first word that it's like you
Mm,
step into a conversation mid sentence, isn't it?
yeah.
So you have to get the whole conversation before it started, so you can determine what exactly they're talking
If
about.
it's even worth sitting up here listening to this BS.
Yes, yeah. So, because sometimes they will say something, and then like especially I mean they have this thing with the astrology and all that stuff, and they just they play with a lot of stuff. They play with a lot of stuff. They put up symbols. They don't even understand the symbols. They mix it up, and you're just like, okay. I mean, yes, I did have my little fascination with Sun God for a bit, but then
That
even
wasn't
he,
even because of those words that was coming out of his mouth, though. We all know that.
yeah,
You just like them daggone filters he was using.
yeah, the filters,
them
but
filters, them filters, deadly ladies. Don't let them be out here fooling you. They talk about the men. Shoot, they use the filters more than women do.
uh, when right, when you see how he is shaped and looks, you're just like,
He's
no,
very
my God.
androgynous, and for
He is,
some reason, androgyny seems to be attractive to women, and he just
yeah,
knows how to play with his features and stuff.
he
That's
does,
all that
yeah,
really is. If he gets a
yeah,
cult, it'll be a cult of personality, and he'll probably run
yes.
off from that shit because some guy got a little bit too much sense. Is he still over there with the new Wapians, or he done ran away yet?
No, he's still there. He's still there because he was teaching the words. He was teaching the
But
words
see how
because
all of these people see how it's all circling right back round to York.
yeah, yes, definitely with him because he goes to All Eyes on Egypt regularly because he was
And
showing it and
that's where he get his costumes from. He in New York, ain't he?
No, he said Atlanta.
Well, yeah, they got all eyes and eat. Let me call some of my folks. It's finna be a
I think
mysterious fire tonight. God damn it. No, I'm playing. No, that ain't all eyes on Egypt. That's Black and Nobel or whatever.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what's the name of that other one that's down there? Because it ain't all eyes on Egypt. They can't seem to locate a building down that way.
No, no, cause, cause the last thing I saw was them holding a
But
forum
no,
of women.
it's a black centric, black conscious community type section down there, and they do have I think it's Black and Nobel, and it's one other one.
Hmm.
But all eyes on Egypt is one in New York.
Hmm.
It's one
Yeah.
up there in the DMV somewhere, or more than one up there in the DMV, as a matter of fact. But the ones up in the DMV don't sell York material no more, from what I remember. Don't quote
Hmm.
me on this. I'm pulling this from memory from something Chuck told me one time.
Hmm. Yeah.
But it's like
Yeah.
I hope they know the FBI still got them names on the damn watch list, while they think it's cute trying to make a revival out of all this shit. And I hope they come scoop their asses up too. They need some care and recuperation behind some bars where they can't get to nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's deep. It's deep. I mean, there was one lady that I came across on here, and like I said, she said she was going to strike me because I was talking about Dr. York. Um,
Oh, they
so
all with the threats, honey. You already
yeah,
know that. They forever threatening somebody, those scary asses.
yeah, yeah.
If you still got her link, shoot that to me.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, so it's just so it just shows you because even with Sun God, he's about the late. When you look at how he stresses late dynasty, whatever time of dynasty Egypt that he follows, that's how he dresses. Because even when he went to the museum and he
But
saw
really, I think half of this love affair with Egypt is
mm,
because they like the decadence. They
mm,
like the thought of being carried around in a having 10 people carrying them around on a little cushion and shit. They
mm,
like the thought of being able to be in control of other people's lives. Because think
mm,
about it, all of them that do that mess want to be in charge. They all
mm.
want to be the pharaoh. Don't nobody want to be a court person. They all want to be the pharaoh.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because
It's
cause he
some.
talked he
Mm,
talks he was doing the reincarnation stuff because that time when I told him he reminded me of the boy from Stargate.
yeah,
So he kept putting up, Raw, when he's got the mask on. He kept putting up Raw.
it's like we already have a genre for this shit. Why y'all gotta act like y'all special? Take y'all ass to a cosplay convention and sit the fuck down somewhere. Oh wait, but then you'd actually have to work.
Mm,
That's the only
yeah.
difference between them and folk that do cosplay. People that do cosplay have regular jobs and pay their bills on time or
Mm,
regularly, and then use their spare money to sit up here and make these costumes. And they go to these events where they go to they get with like-minded people, and it's like a
mm,
party. Okay, cool. But now y'all want to act like we living back in the days where wasn't no such thing as a vehicle.
mm, mm. Yeah, man.
Take your
It's
costumes and go to your local amphitheater and get you a ticket for the next cosplay event in your area. That's it.
mm, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's just interesting. It's just interesting how it looks. You know what I mean? Until, like you said, until when the filter's lifted off, and you're like, wow. Because I haven't posted a picture of him without the filters. To be honest, I just posted the ones
Does
with
he
the
have a
filters.
picture without the daggone filters?
Yeah, I think there is. I think there is. Because what he does, right. I thought he had wick locks in his head. I think he has wick locks,
Don't tell me that
but
boy got extensions.
yeah, and then he adds extensions to the back to emphasize, so he can tie the head wrap. Then the jewelry on his nose and eyes, and no, the jewelry on the nose and the fingers, he makes himself. He sells them.
Girl, he is
And
channeling Lenny Kravitz and Prince. That's it. That's all. There's nothing more to that boy.
hmm,
And he
hmm,
might be listening. Hey, son, God, I don't mean no harm, but you need to stay your ass home and leave them folk alone.
mm, yeah, because yeah, he might be around now, because the last time he was up around this time, innit? So
Yeah, I don't care.
yeah,
I say it to his face. You know what I told
yeah,
you when you first sent me that boy video? He
mm.
pretty though.
He is a pretty boy. He is. But he did say that how about he did modeling and he did a whole heap of other stuff,
That is the
and
Black Zoolander, baby.
yeah, 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 because you could tell his right. It's the way he holds
You
himself.
know,
It's his
it's the
composure.
difference between a handsome man and a man that know he handsome.
Yeah.
I mean, if you handsome, you gonna know you handsome. But then some people know that and take advantage of it, and
Mm,
that's like the worst. And he could be, but I don't know because he got a girl in the house and a kid, and it
mm.
seems like he just does cosplay on the weekend. So he might have just fell in with the wrong crowd. But he been over there for a hot minute. Boy, you better run before they get you. It's all cute till they lock that door.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, but he is, but he does know a few stuff. I mean, at first he comes over like he doesn't know a lot, but he does know a few stuff. But like he comes put that energy into other things. I mean, I think he does. I think he has proteges and stuff. I'm not even sure, but the little bit what I see mostly every time he puts up his stories, he's really into movies. He loves his movies. That's for sure.
Yeah,
He
I'm
loves his
telling you, that boy
movies.
used to have Stargate on repeat where he would look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He definitely loves movies. He loves breaking down movies. And everything. And it's like okay. And he puts me in mind of one of my friends that I used to be around. That's who he reminds me of on that level. We're breaking down the movies, The Matrix, and all that. So I'm just like,
Girl,
yeah,
that is their favorite movie to sit up here and so-called decode when they found out a black
mm,
woman actually wrote it.
yeah,
But it's like that's not the first time that's done happened. Not
mm,
even the 50th.
mm,
Not even the 500th. People sit up
yeah,
and send their screenplays into Hollywood every day, never get a
mm,
reply back, and then see their movie playing on the big screen and be like, "But I wrote that." She just
yeah,
successfully sued for hers in court,
yeah. She did, yeah, she did.
and people barely still know her name.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, because
But
Sophia
see,
Stewart.
and for them to be so woke, they never mention that part though. But they sit up here and rhapsodize over the movie that was made from this woman's stolen screenplay.
Yes, yeah, yeah, and
Be
but
the first
because
in line to see it. Got tickets before it even came out, just so
yeah,
they could do a review and decode it. No, you that movie biggest fan.
yes, yeah. Yeah, and on top of that, she didn't get a lot of exposure because most of the YouTube videos I seen,
Well, this
she
happened
think,
way before YouTube came out. It was a thing, honey.
oh, okay, because
Yeah, this
because the
happened
one,
years ago when they like kept the court case semi-quiet. So like
mm,
somebody had dug it up, but like every time don't nobody really take the ball and run with it. People
Mm.
mention it, but don't nobody like display it or broadcast it or nothing like that. They always mention it as a side note and like, oh yeah, and they talk about it like she didn't win the court case, but she did. Just like a
Mm.
black man invented the Nerf gun,
Mhm.
and he
Mm.
had to go back and sue years later, and he got millions of dollars.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
all
Yes.
kind of cases like this because back in the day, black people were not allowed to perform commerce freely sometimes.
Mm.
Less so as the years went on, but you had cases of white people fronting as if they were the one that actually did the work when the whole time it was a black person, but they had to get their white person as a go-between to actually get anybody to pay any attention. Same thing
Mm.
goes for women back in the day. They couldn't have a bank account, they couldn't do business, nothing like that. So they would have to have a special disposition from their husband or their father for them to be able to go and perform a business task.
Mm.
Damn,
Yeah.
I just
Mm.
went for so long. I don't even know where I was going with that, but that I think that was it.
Yeah. 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 There's a whole heap of things where like they were part of like when they found out that the colonel stole a black
Yeah, the
woman's
13
recipe.
special herbs and spices was actually
Yeah.
put together by a black man, and the colonel
Yeah.
just took his recipe. See, it's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all kind of instances like that. It's one of those black magazines, either Jet or Ebony. Um, he had the option of getting a white. What he did was he got a white person to buy the building for him, because when
Mm.
he went to go buy the building, they wouldn't see him. He got the white person to buy the building and then turned around and the white person sold the building right back to him or whatever. But he kept
Mm.
the white person on there as the titular head, like the
Mm.
figurehead. He doesn't really have any power, but this is who everybody thinks run the show,
Yes.
so that
Yeah.
they wouldn't get the backlash because people weren't doing commerce with black people. They was trying to run them out by running them out of business.
Yeah. Yeah.
They tell you to go to Africa, but then they won't let you make no money to get there. It's a
Mm.
whole sham. I'll be right back. Gotta run to the other room real quick.
Okay. Yeah. It's a lot because even when I found out about the chef, the French chef who was cooking. I can't remember. I think he was in New Orleans. He's a chef, big chef, but they don't talk about this chef. The chef who was I forgot where it was now. I think he cooked for Lincoln or something. He was one of Lincoln's chef, and he cooked so well. He got famous. He got big, but they didn't put his name out there. I think his name came out later on. It's just like there's a lot of history being held back, and I don't know, maybe there's a lot of ignorance and a lot of stuff. But Songo definitely he's stuck on his his what is it, knowledge of Dr. York. He's really on it. He's on it on that way. Um that's why I didn't I think I took a picture of him, and he was interacting and telling
Girl,
people the word.
notice that don't none of them pick up none of those books that York supposedly wrote.
No,
They only listen to the old lectures and stuff. But see,
yeah.
that's where those are the things that make you pause and be like, wait a minute, what the fuck he said?
Mm,
Them books.
yeah.
That's what, and then if you put the books together with them lectures, then you be like, hold on, wait a minute, player.
Mm,
But
mm,
see, that's why they cherry pick the material that they reproduce.
mm,
Because
yeah.
it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much at all to,
Mm,
look up something that's gonna counteract whatever York wrote or said.
mm, yeah, it's true that. It's true. It's true. But I'm only gonna be. This is gonna be a short one. You know me, my short ones.
Mhm.
I I think I'm making short and shorter lives by the minute. You know.
Girl, sometimes it be like that. I'm debating whether to go on tonight and read some more.
Yeah. Yeah. You should, didn't it? You should. You should.
Yeah, but I don't know if my voice gonna hold up.
Mm.
It's this weather. It's raining, it ain't raining. It's raining, it ain't raining. It's raining, it ain't raining. It's cold, it's hot.
Mm.
You know, it's got one more weather change, and I'm gonna have bronchitis around this piece. And I'm gonna be doing sign language on my live. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cold over here. It's foggy. It was foggy yesterday. The fog was low, and it just had a lot of when the dew fall on the cars, that you'll see the car iced up. There's been a lot of that. So like
mm,
there's a lot of, yeah, it's like it's cold season right now.
yeah, we call this pneumonia weather.
Yeah, it's just horrible. It's horrible, and it's wet. It's like just looking at it is wet. Everything's like a wet dog outside, literally. So
Yep.
I'm just yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go
but
ahead and drop down and let you close out.
yeah, cause I thought let me do this now, because every time I do the live, it's like yesterday the baby, she was in the background,
Yeah,
and I couldn't get my thought. It's like my thought coming out. But because like when someone's talking to you, you lose your thought in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I
she
just
steady
thought that.
coming in, Mom. Yeah, I know. I already know. Hey, Jaded, I'm finna send you that link, so check your messenger.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah.
and drop down. I'll talk to you later.
All right then, Trips.
All right.
Take care. All right. So with all that being said, I am going to drop off right now. Oh, Miss Apples always comes in when I'm going. Miss Apples, you're late today. I just thought I'd just do a small live on Velveeta and the Solar Martian. You might have to watch it on replay, because I have to go back to sleep now because I have training tomorrow. Um, so yeah, Miss Apples always comes in late. Miss Apples, you always coming late. But yeah, I just left my opinion on the whole sideshow Bob thing, and the bumpty bump. Right, right. It's not called herps no more. It's called the bump diddy bump. Right. So let me just highlight some of what you lot said, because I'm not gonna leave and not say what you lot said in the comments. Let me see. Oh yeah, that's when she was talking. Everybody, the chat. Everyone gets exposed, but by them, but them in it. Yes, they got the gift that keeps on giving. Yes. Uh, them two lie about everything. They open their mouth to talk. They're scammers. Yeah, they are big time. But she has people on her live saying that her and Solar look good together and send them love and cash. Yes, they're scammers. Their herps bumps longed for each other. Yes. If she thinks she got money, they get together. Yeah, it's a money making thing. And yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna also call out the names before I go, because I don't want to just switch off and not call the names. So thank you, Trips, for coming through and also being on panel. So Ama, Nikwa B, Marie R, Jaded Emperor, Nagajini, G5, and Miss Apples. So please watch the replay as well. Thank you, Miss Apples, for turning up. Let's watch the replay. Because like I don't make long lives as well. So one like yeah, then you'll get a recap on what's going on, what we was talking about. So with that said, I am gonna jump off because I need my another how much minutes sleep again. Probably watch and fall asleep, watch other people's YouTube, other channels, and probably fall asleep listening to that. So with that said, I will see you later. Bye.